After triumphs at Everton and a Champions League victory with Napoli, Jessica Parker wants a fresh challenge. Real Madrid have requested her to take over as manager after only finishing 7th and qualifying for the Europa League last season. As the new manager of Real Madrid, she is looking to replace and sell the aging players and to sign fresh new faces for the future of Real Madrid. So as the fans rejoice and celebrate at the appointment of Jessica Parker as their new manager of Real Madrid, so will Jessica Parker be able to handle the pressure of being the manager of Real Madrid? Or will she be setting sail with a sinking ship and capsize? So to find out, sit back, grab that popcorn, because it's time for the kickoff. Hello and welcome to another episode of FC24, and this will be the final episode of the season, and it also will be the final episode of the series. Yes, it's been a long series with 5 seasons overall, but yep, this is the final one. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of what's going to happen with the Leeds United one as well. If she's got enough time, she is going to finish off that season and try and finalise that season in the next couple of weeks. Also, for the new FC25 that's coming out, she wants to involve a lot more people, and by involving a lot more people, she wants to try and maybe do a youth edition career mode. So a lot more people will get involved, they can pick their players' numbers and stuff like that, and she wants to try and get a lot more people involved in the comments and a lot more people participating in the whole series. So that's one of the things that she wants to do. Now with FC obviously 25 coming around the corner, let's discuss a little bit about FC25 and a few things that we'd like to see. We don't know if they're going to be in the game. Now we do know some of the things that are going to be in the game. We do know about the Ultimate Team, that they're kind of going back to their old ways with divisions. They're also with clubs. They're also going back to divisions with clubs, but in a different way. So if you, let's say if you're in Division 8 and you're trying to get Division 7, and let's say someone from Division 7 is going to get relegated to Division 8, you will then play in a division rivals match to see who actually goes up and who goes down. So you might end up staying down, or you might end up getting promoted. That sounds like a really cool thing that they'd be doing with that. Clubs is very decent. Now with the whole career mode thing, they've added a few little changes here and there, but one of the things I would love them to do, and I know they're not doing it this year, but I'd love to see it in FC26, is when it comes to the squad training and like the players, I know that they have this what's it called? Oh wow, how was that not a penalty? That really looked like a penalty there. Wow. Yeah, so once over you could train players up by doing like 3 game sessions. Then they changed it to just before you go into a game, if you do the training there, you'll get an extra bonus to something. I want to see like a training session like they have an eFootball or what they had in Pro Evolution Soccer, where you go to the training field, you hire like a set piece coach, you hire a goalkeeping coach, you hire a physical coach, like that does like a fitness coach. You hire I'm trying to think, like a backup, like a manager, like the second team manager. I forget what they call it now. Yeah, it's not caretaker manager, it's like they're like a backup assistant manager. That's it. They can hire assistant coach or assistant manager. And yeah, I would like to see that you could hire staff in, and then when it comes to the training, you can go into the training and you can pick the training regime that you would like to do. So you can work on, for like, so let's say you got your set pieces, you could work on either doing free kicks or defending corners, or taking corners, that type of set pieces. When it comes to the goalkeeper, and you can teach the goalkeepers to do like to come out to be a sweeper keeper, you can teach them shot stopping, penalty stopping, how to be ready for set pieces, you know. So yeah, I would like to see some of that, and I think that would be good for FC 26. I know it's not going to come this year, but one of the things I would like to see them improve this year is the defending. Now, if you look here, look at this. The defending is abysmal. Like that player who's literally standing right there, I think it's Silva. He could have come along there quicker, Silva, and literally closed the number 7 down. You know, Baston was trying to cover the one side. He could have came in and tried to cover the other side. But it is what it is. But I do think the defending really needs to definitely be fixed, and definitely needs to be improved. I think another thing would be when the player's defending a ball. See, if you get an AI could be 70 not stamina, 70 physical, but you could have a 99 physical player, but they'll still beat you off the ball. That doesn't make sense. So I think when it comes to like tackling and defending the ball yourself, I think you should be able to tackle the ball as long as like you're in the correct position, and I think that you'll have a time tackle. I think if you press a button, a little thing should come up so you can time it, and you actually make that, like, let's not say a tackle, let's say a block. Let's say they go to pass the ball, and you're close to it, and you're within like a certain like position, and your player could intercept it. I think they should have a timed interception, a timed tackle to stop that. Like when it comes to shots, if your player's in the way and they go to take a shot, they should be able to time it to see if you can block it, basically. Another thing is pace. I'd like to see players who are slow and are known to be slow. Like if you got a Matt Hummels coming up against like a Haaland or Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund is like 80 pace, around 70 to 80. And Matt Hummels is easily going to get outpaced by, Rasmus Højlund. There's no question of a doubt he's going to get outpaced. Like Matt Hummels is what, 40 to 50 pace and acceleration, somewhere around that area. And then, like I say, Højlund is around 70 to 80 pace and acceleration. Sprint speed and acceleration. It just makes no sense that they get outdone. I always think that pacey players should be pace. Another thing I would like to see them do is better, with the tactics. If you give player instructions, and like you'll see at a point, like your players will just stand there and not move. Like most of the time, they'll stand there and not move. Now look, the player's moving there, he's running, he's getting into position. That's good. But you'll get sometimes where that player will not move and he'll be standing waiting for the ball. Like I have my when I do mine, I have my striker to play like more of a central role, but also to be like a false 9. So they'll be central but as a false 9. But most of the time they're not as a central false 9. They'll run like towards the left wing or the right wing, and you're like, why are you doing that? You're supposed to be central. Like you've got to stay away from that right wing area. And like you could have a cam as well. The cam, you could have a cam which could be getting behind and stuff like that, and the cam just like is all over the place, like basically like a Bruno. The cam's playing like a Bruno. Now, don't get me wrong, Bruno Fernandes is a good player, but yeah. That was a dismal goal. Wow, that was poor. And actually looking at this, another thing is when a ball comes in like this, headering. Like obviously that player should come in and try and get to their heads, try and close them down quicker, and they should try and header it. You'll get a player which is like, I don't know, like a 5'7", 5'8", 5'9" player who's getting out jumped and outbeat by a 6'2", to a 6'1", 6'3", like, you know, defender or central defender, or, you know, they're just getting outpaced. Another thing is, when you turn like that and you got to block the ball, it should block the ball, like, you know. Yeah. I think also skill moves need to be made simple again. I don't see why you have to press like an L1 button, or left back button, or right back button, or press the square button, or press this button to do this, whilst moving this stick doing this and that doing that, and then press this button to do this button, and then do the stick to do this. I don't get it. Once over, you can literally just use your analog stick to do skill moves, and I think that's what it should be. I think, yes, the more complex skill moves should definitely be like, you know, you have to hold a button or do this, you know. I think the more complex skills, yes. Also, I think when it comes to skills, I don't think the skills should be as readable by the AI as they are. Like the AI, especially on Legendary, even on less than Legendary, I've played on Professional. I don't take like this series unless I'm playing clubs. But I do think the skills need to be toned, the AIs need to be toned down to reading the skills. Like, you go all the way back to FIFA 17, and even on some of the later FIFAs, the skill moves are easy. You could easily get around players with just like 1 or 2 skill moves, and it was good. But yes, you do get players like which actually are a skill move reader, and they do watch the ball and they do read skill moves. Not saying that it shouldn't be impossible. What I'm saying is it should be less likely for them to always read the ball and to read the skill move. You know, especially if you're a lower team, like let's say if you're Harrow United, or you know, I'm trying to think of the other team, Bolton or Birmingham City, or you know, a team like that. You're gonna be less aware to the skills and stuff like that. You know, or Salford, you know. So yeah, you're going to be less aware. Another thing is, I'm trying to think. I think the goalkeepers need to be just a little bit improved. They're good, and they need to be a little bit improved, especially on the front post. And especially when you tell them to come out. Like if you've got, again, it comes with the commands. When you've got a goalkeeper that's down to come for crosses, but yet they still stand there in the box and they see the cross, come for the cross. The goalkeeper should come for that cross. If it goes into the box, even though the goalkeeper's come for the cross, and it goes into the back of the net, then at least he's come for the cross. He's doing what he's been told to do. He's come for that cross, right? I think another thing is they need to fix with the AI is the AI need to stop going way too far into the box all the time and try and pass through the players and into the box. I think they need to take more shots from outside the box. I'm not saying that every team in real life takes shots from always outside the box, unless you're Manchester United and, you know, your draw was trying to get that wonder goal, then yeah. But I do think that, you know, they definitely need to tone that down, where they're not always running in the box and they're taking some good shots from outside the box. And I would like to see them use the wings less. That's another thing. Something else I'd like to see them happen, and this is the referee strictness. I would like to see the referee strictness toned down. Like, you can literally shoulder barge somebody in the box. It's not even that hard. It's a very soft shoulder barge. The player falls over. It's a penalty. The player kicks the ball and your player goes to put the foot out, and whether they touch the ball or not, after the players kick the ball and they put both feet on the ground, but the like your players like literally slightly touch them and they're like, ugh, you know, penalty. That needs to stop. Like that's the severity needs to stop. The strictness needs to be toned down. I really do think, like, but then you get exactly the same tackles as you've just seen not so long ago with Kudas. He got fouled in the penalty box, not even a blink of a penalty. Like, to me, that's a penalty all day. But, you know, that's the way it is. It's a penalty for the AIs and not a penalty for you. I think in this, like, I've been watching her series all the way through, And I think in this, I think I've seen her have less penalties than the AIs. Like it's so weird. But yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, when it comes to pro clubs, I'd like to see the AIs on a like level, on a perfect level with each other, for both teams, because it feels like some of your AIs, like they'll play, like you'll play and your AIs will look really great, and I'm like, yep, the AIs look fantastic, this is brilliant, and sometimes the AIs will play like literally out their skin, but then other times your AIs just stand there and go, yep, like I feel like if you, this is another thing, I feel like if you're playing in a career mode and you're playing single player career mode, you're not affecting anybody. They used to have the old mode, which was legacy. Legacy used to basically push the player and to do a tackle. So when you press that press button, which was the R1, and as long with the, it was either R1 or RB, depending on what controller you're using. It would go get one player to press, but they could also make the tackle. If you press the A button, the controlling player that you would use would also press as well and also make a tackle. In this, it doesn't do that. They press, they stand with their hands behind the back and like, we're not going to let you pass, we're not going to let you pass. I think they need to bring that back, especially just for single player career modes. Like, I think it would make defending a way lot better. Now, I think if you're playing online against people, then yes, you should be used to using manual defending, and it should be done by yourself, so it gives a fair game for everybody. But when you're playing single player and you're playing a career mode, just let the players use that kind of press and that old style of legacy defending. It was brilliant. It was one of the best defensive reasons and ways that they had. The reason why it was taken out was because the pro players complained about it. Because my sister, she had a silver Argentinian team, and she was beating some of the strongest players out there just by using that press. She had Bravo on the wing, she had Palacios, she had Dybala, she even had what was his name? She had one of the Rajo. She had Rajo in defense. She also had the Argentinian goalkeeper that was at Sunderland for a while. Yeah, I think he was on loan for a while. He was at Sunderland for a bit. She also had him. So yeah, she had like a very good team, and it was about pace. She played a 3-4-3, and it was fantastic. And she beat like some of the top players, even some top YouTubers and streamers out there. Like, she was doing fantastic for that. Just with a silver Argentinian team. Now, yes, I do get it. If you're playing online against other people, it shouldn't be as strong. And your press should just be like, listen, we're going to close you down, but you have to manually tackle yourself. But I think when you're playing single player mode and in a career mode, even if you're playing like, well, if you're playing, trying to think, if you're playing squad battles, I even think squad battles, you're playing on your own, you're not affecting anybody. Yes, there's a leaderboard, but it's not going to affect anybody. You know, you're not playing against somebody, you're just playing against an AI. So anyway, that's my little rant on that. So I definitely think that should be fixed. I think another thing is that they need to fix is with the contracts. A player should not be wanting to leave and submit a transfer request in after 10 games. You know, she's had it twice. I think she's had it twice or 3 times with players where they've literally played about 15 games and then they've submitted a transfer request. Yeah, there might be 20 games in, but they've played like literally 15. Anyway, this is the so yeah. That's another little bit. So as you can see here, the final whistle has gone, and they did win 4-2. The next thing that we'll look at will be the stats. So yeah, I do think FC. I think when it comes to FC 26, they need to literally listen to a lot of the content creators out there and less of the pros, because the content creators, they know a lot. I think they need to listen to a lot, everybody, but I think, you know, they need to take in a lot and listen to more of the real players than the pro players, because I think the pro players just want it for themselves, you know. So let's have a look at the stats. If we have a look here, so they did win 4-2. They had 51 possession. We were 14 ball recovery in seconds. They had 13 shots with 3.1 goal expected. 84 passes, 33 tackles, 6 tackles won, 6 interceptions, 4 saves, no fouls committed, no offsides, 2 corners, no free kicks, no penalties, no yellow cards. They had a 94 success dribble rate. They had only 54% shot rate and a 90% pass accuracy. Red cards, they didn't have any red cards. Defensive line breakthroughs, 1. Defensive line break arounds, 4. Breakovers, 1. And break attempts, 8. So yeah, and that's all the stats for Real Madrid and CA Osasuna. So the next thing we'll look at is the player. Guller, he got a 7.5. So if I mess up the names, I don't know the full names. He did have 1 assist. Alcaron, he had a 6.7. And Vélez had a 9.3. Kudus had a 7.2. Almeida had an 8. Kadesi had a 5.5. He was a sub. Kikuku had a 7.2. Stefan had a 6.4. I don't know his name. Garcia had a 6.1. Baston had a 7.9. Silva had a 7. Martinez had a 6.8 with an assist. Costa had a 6.2. He had 7 shots, 6 on target, 4 saves, 2 goals conceded with a 67 success rate. He had 3 normal shots and 2 headers, and sorry, 1 header. 1 finesse. I am so sorry. As you can see here, Real Madrid actually did win the league title with 38 games played, 28 won, 7 draws, 3 losses, 91 goals for, 46 goals against with a 45 goal difference and 91 points. Villarreal CF came second, FC Barcelona came third, Real Sociedad came fourth, Atletico de Madrid came fifth, in sixth was Atletico Club, Seville FC came 7th, Valencia CF came 8th. Let's have a look. Just waiting for this to scroll down to see the rest. UD Almeria came 9th. In 10th was CA Osasuna. In 11th was Granada CF. In 12th was RC Celta. In 13th was Real Betis. In 14th was RCD Espanyol. In 15th was RCD Mallorca. I think, yeah, Mallorca. In 16th was Reino Valseno. In 17th was Genoa CF. In 18th was CAD CF, who getting relegated. In 19th was UD Las Palmas, who getting relegated. And in 20th was Levante UD, who also are getting relegated. So if we have a look at the top goal scorers, the top 15 goal scorers are here, but the top goal scorer was Torres, at FC Barcelona, with Danjuma in second and Villas in third. He had 26 goals. 10 goals away from Torres with 36. The top assists when it comes up. Gulliver's also on the board at 12 with, I think, 14. Sunset at Atletico Club with 11, and Guller also had 11, and he had played less games. So I'd put Guller top because he played less games. If he played more games, I think he would have got more assists. The next up, I think it's clean sheets. And Omlin at Villarreal CF, he got 14. Costa only got 8 clean sheets in 4th. So not a good one, but it's, you know, it's okay. It's okay. Yellow cards is O'Reilly with 7 at CA Osasuna. He had 7 yellow cards. Wow. Lozano had 2 red cards at RCD Español de Barcelona. And these are the top 15 for the red cards. There's no Real Madrid on there. I think one player did get a red card, but he's not in the top 15. Super Copa was won by Barcelona, 2-2, and then it went to penalties, which they won 3-1. So, yeah, it's the only cup that they missed out on, just. The top goal scorer was obviously Nunez with 3, and then Alcaron was second with 2. Top assists was Almeida with 2. There was no clean sheets. Nobody had a clean sheet. Yellow cards, Rabiot with 1. And then with red cards, there was no red cards. For the Copa de Español, was won by Real Madrid 4-3 against Atletico de Madrid. So let's have a look at the top goal scorers for this. And the top goal scorers is Villarreal with 11 and 6. Salah with only 4 and 3. Wow. That's bad. The Juma got 3 assists in 6 matches. Torres also got 3 and 5. And the backup and backup both got 3. That was the right wingers. And the clean sheet goes to Costa with 3 and 6 for Real Madrid. So yeah. Rabiot again with the yellow cards, 2 and 5. And red card was Kimmich at Atletico de Madrid with 1. They had 2 players with 1 red card each. Wow. Next is the Europa League. And Real Madrid won that against West Ham United. So yeah. Very fought hard battle, but that's the 3rd trophy that they've won so far. Villarreal again with 11 goals in 12 matches, nearly a goal a game. Gorori 10 and 13, and Dida 10 and 12. Nearly caught him up and nearly overtook him. So yeah. Top assists. It'll pop up in a second. But yeah, that's the top 15 for the top goal scorers in that competition. Top assists, Kudus, 6 and 11. I think he would have had more if he wasn't injured. And also Almeida with 5 and 11. Top the clean sheets is Christensen with Fiorentina. Top yellow cards was Ronja with Olympiacos de Marseille, with 4 and 8. And Sol Fiorentina 1 and 7. Wow. And they obviously had Kartavicus and Lazo, both obviously having red cards. So the next is the player stats. So Costa, he only went up 1 to an 89. He played 56 games, had 14 clean sheets with a 6.7 overall. The next goalkeeper, Ricardo Ruiz, he went out on loan, didn't go up any. Garrett Parker went up 2 to 66. And I can't. This guy, he didn't go up at all. Don't know his name, but he stayed at 77. I think it's Acuna. Yeah, Acuna. He stayed at 77. Novak, he went up 5 to 61 whilst out on loan. Garcia stayed at an 85. He played 45 games, 1 assist, with 15 clean sheets, 1 yellow card, and a 6.66 overall. Saavedra, he stayed at an 82, played 26 games, 2 assists, 3 clean sheets, and a 6.37 overall. This guy went on loan and he stayed at a 78. Valaggio, I think that's Jesus Valaggio. I think that's his name. Baston stayed at a 90, but he played 50 games, 1 goal, 5 assists, 14 clean sheets, and a 7 average overall. This guy, can't pronounce his name, I think it's Cosano. He went up 2 overall to an 84, played 32 games, 3 clean sheets, 2 yellow cards, and a 6.39 overall. Hanko, he went out on loan to Manchester City and stayed an 84 overall. He only played 1 friendly. Camil stayed at a 79. I only played 10 games, 1 goal, 3 clean sheets, 1 red card, and a 6.51 overall average. Antonio Silva went up 2 to an 87. Played 48 games, 14 clean sheets, and was a 7.8 overall. Marvel, he wasn't a superhero. He only went up by 1 to a 72 and only played 1 game. Marin only went up 2 to a 77. Martinez went up 2 to an 89, played 48 games, 1 goal, 7 assists, 16 clean sheets, 1 yellow card, and a 6.93 average overall. Ramos stayed at a 79, played 18 games, 2 assists, 3 clean sheets, 2 yellow cards, with a 6.63 average overall. Camavinga was injured twice. I think both were for like 3 and 6 months. Only went up 1 to an 89. Played 25 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 12 clean sheets, and an average of 6.68 overall. Stefan, he only went up 1 to an 82 overall. Played 36 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 6 clean sheets, 1 yellow card, and a 6.47 average overall. Lopez went out on loan. He only went up 1 overall. He was at Bayern Munich. Kikucho, he went up 1 to an 87 overall. Played 55 games, 12 goals, 13 assists, 15 clean sheets, and a 6.84 average overall. Almeida, he went up 1 overall to an 86, 51 games played, 10 goals, 19 assists, 1 yellow card. Yep, this guy went out on loan. So yeah, I can't remember what Almeida's average overall. I think it was a 6.97, I think. But yeah, this guy went on loan. He only went up 1 average overall to an 80. This guy, he went out on loan and only stayed at a 79, and only played 3 games in the competitions that we were in. Kadesi went up 2 overall to an 81, played 34 games, 1 goal, 3 assists, and a 6.16 overall. Martin went up 2 overall to 76. Nico Paz went 2 up overall to a 76. Saul Ares went up 1 to a 69 overall. Senaro went up 1 overall to 69. They were both on loan. Sedera went up 2 overall to 79. Played 21 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, and a 6.13 average. Bustamante didn't go up at all. He stayed at a 74. So yeah, Bustamante did nothing. This guy, Nidand, stayed at a 70 and only played 4 games. So the next player, oh yeah, he was a youth player. We brought in a youth player. This guy, also a youth player, Oliveira, went up 2 average overall to 58. Hernandez, he went up 5 overall to a 68. Navarro went up 3 overall to a 65. Pereira went up 2 overall to 71. Gallardo went up 6 to 76. 77, no, 67 overall. Sorry. Guts went up 1 overall. He played 30 games, 11 goals, 4 clean sheets, 4 assists, and a 6.68 overall. He actually was a very decent player to bring off on the bench, but then I think he got an injury, and then his stamina was low, his stats was low, everything was low, and he just didn't do as well. Guller played 44 games, 20 goals, 18 assists, and a 7.28 average overall. So, Kudus, he was out for 6 months. He stayed in 86 overall. He played 35 games with 13 goals, 15 assists, and was a 7.24 overall. I do believe if he wasn't injured, he would add a lot more goals and a lot more assists, and possibly would add a better average and overall. So yeah. The next player, he is obviously the backup right winger, that she brought in the January transfer window. So he stayed in 82. He played 19 games, 2 goals. 1 yellow card with a 6.52 overall, and he was the backup right winger after Kudus got injured, and so did the other right winger, also got injured. Rinya, he went up 2 overall to 79. Peter went up 2 overall to 75. The next player, obviously another right winger, Alfonso Moreira went up 2 overall to an 81. Played 28 games, 5 goals, 8 assists, and an average of 6.73 overall. Harry Kane, he went down 5 to an 83, and the only games that he played that she knows of was the Liverpool games where he came in at the very last dying minutes and still did nothing. I don't even think he touched the ball in the times he got substituted on in those European games. So yeah, very disappointing. Noel stayed at a 76, didn't move up or go down. Julian John went up to a 76 overall. Velez went up 1 to 76. He played 51 games, 49 goals, 8 assists, 1 yellow card, and was an average of 7.45 overall. And he submitted a transfer request. Strange. Very, very strange. Next player... let's have a look. Who's it? It's wow. Latasa, he went up 1 overall to 79. The next player is obviously Alcaron. Now, Alcaron, he went up 1 overall to an 80, played 29 games, 14 goals with 3 assists, and with an average of 6.59 overall. Very decent, especially as a backup. It's a shame he just didn't get more games. I think he could have had a better overall and maybe more goals and also assists. This guy was a youth player, brought him in. Sanellis only went up 1 average overall to 78. Played 7 games, scored 1 goal, 2 assists with an average of 6.60. And the last one he was out on loan was Edessa. Went up 2 to a 70, and he was at Inter Miami with Lionel Messi and David Beckham. What a team. So the next thing that you're going to see will be the end of the seasons, through all the seasons that she did from all 5 seasons and all the records. So her very first season was with Everton in the 23-24 season. They wanted her to, these are all the objectives that they wanted her to do, but she won the Emirates FA Cup. She reached the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, and I think in the league she finished 5th. She didn't have any Manager of the Month awards or Manager of the Year awards. She brought in Camero for 15 million, and she sold Calvert-Lewin for 14.5 million. Did finish 5th in the season, and I think, yep, she played 51 games. She won 29. She drew 8, lost 14. Had 112 goals for and 74 goals against. So yeah, that was that little bit. In the 24-25 season, again with Everton, these are the objectives that they wanted her to do. But she won the UEFA Europa League. She won the FA Community Shield. She went to the round of 6 of the Emirates FA Cup. She won the Carabao Cup. I believe she brought in Williams for 40 million. Oh, she won the Premier League as well. Didn't have any Manager of the Month award or any Manager of the Year award. She did bring in Williams for 40 million, and she also sold Ndidi for 40 million. And yeah, she was first. She played 65 games with 52 wins, 5 draws, 8 losses, and 183 goals for and 90 goals against. In the 25-26 season, sorry about that, these are all the objectives that they wanted her to do, but she won the UECL, she won the Coppa Italia, and I think she came 2nd in the league. Her highest transfer that she brought in was Hoyland for 80 million, and she sold Osman for 232,400,000. She did finish 2nd. And what was her record? Her record was 59 games played with 47 wins, 6 draws, 6 losses, 164 goals for and 70 goals against. The next season, which is the 26-27 season, was again with Napoli. They wanted to win the league title, domestic cup and continental cup. She won the UEFA Champions League. She in the Coppa Italia, she got semi-finals. She did win the Serie A, and she also won the Esports FC Super Cup. Her highest transfer fee paid was 100 million. And the received was the left winger Georgian for 250 million. She didn't get any Manager of the Month or Manager of the Year awards, which is very strange. All those seasons she didn't get any of those awards. She did finish 1st, so she did win the title. She played 60 games with 46 wins, 11 draws, 3 losses, 158 goals for and 68 goals against. And in her last season was with Real Madrid. With Real Madrid, now it doesn't show, but you have seen that she has won it. It doesn't show it here, but she did win it. She did win the the Europa League. She did win the Copa de Español. She did win the LaLiga Esports Cup, and she got to the final of the Super Cup. Sorry. And again, she didn't win any Manager of the Month or Manager of the Year awards, which is very, very strange. Highest paid player or brought in player, transfer fee for, was Baston for 82.5 million. And for Vinicius Jr., she received 220 million. She obviously did finish first. And her record was 62 games played with 49 wins, 9 draws, 4 losses, 152 goals for, and 72 goals against. The next thing we're going to see is the overall of the whole career, In her whole career, she won 3 club titles, 3 league titles, 4 domestic trophies, 4 continental trophies. Her biggest win was 7-1 against Leicester City on December 2024. Her biggest defeat was against Liverpool 6-1 on April 2025. The transfer fee record is 100 million, but I believe if that's paid, it is 100 million. If it's received, it's 250 million. Her total earnings is nearly 19 million. Well, sorry, 18,500,000 nearly. She played 297 games, won 223, drew 39, lost 35, with 769 goals for and 374 goals against. So this has been the end of the season. There will be no more seasons. Again, she wants to do a new season with FC 25. She really wants to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody who watched these videos, who participated in watching the videos, who even commented, who even put a thumbs up and liked these videos. So yeah, please be ready for next season. The next season's possibly going to start. Sorry, not next season. The new series will start when FC 25 comes out, which will be, I think, the 27th of September. So be on the lookout for that. So yeah. There might be also a poll in the community area, so see what team she actually wants to play and what people would like her to play as. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching and thank you for all the support. So thank you very much and goodbye.
I would like to thank everyone who watched this video. If you did like the episode, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and leaving a like. It really does help a lot. If you're really liking the series so far, then consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button, then the bell icon so you can get notified when new and future videos go live. Please consider leaving a comment about today's question of the day, or just a comment with any of your own thoughts or questions. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, and goodbye.